Hello, I'm Mike Troy, editor of Retail Leader. I'm here in New York at the NRF Big Show with 37,000 other people. I'm cutting through the clutter at the show. I'm joined with Pallab Chatterjee, Chairman and CEO of Symphony Retail AI. You're meeting with a lot of customers here. You've got your finger on the pulse of what's going on. Talk a little bit about some of the issues that you're hearing from customers and the trends that you're seeing in retail.
Sure, Mike. Great to have an opportunity to talk to you.
Sure.
We've been looking at this situation with the food and grocery retail industry and with the overall fast-moving consumer goods industry for the last few years. And the trends that we were predicting in about a year ago with our Supermarket 2020, a lot of that stuff is actually accelerating right now in the sense that we do see the macro customer buying trends accelerating to where there's more and more of the center store buys are becoming subscribe and save.
Really?
Amazon's at 14% of their whole transactions in subscribe and save today, and it's growing.
Let me stop you there. How do you validate that? What's your? I always have to press people a little bit when they throw a number out.
We've actually been doing some research on people who follow this, and Amazon's also put out some information on this. Okay, so this is something that we actually got to see. We see the dual income households now at around 70%. Which means that there is, no primary shopper anymore.
Yeah.
And there's not as much desire to have planned meals that you buy on Sunday and plan for the week.
Right.
That leads to the fact that for the supermarkets, their dependence was on this big baskets that people bought the weekend, and they consume
the stock up.
The pantry stock up trips. The paper towel and stuff is going into the subscribe mode. The dinner preparation is going from planned preparation to we'll get what we can when we can.
Yeah.
And we talked about this last year, and it's still there. That's giving rise to a huge amount of prepared foods and food delivery, the Grubhub, the DoorDash, Uber Eats thing. So the big basket reduction is accelerating and is being replaced by quick trips. Okay?
Yep.
Now, people are still coming into the store for a couple of different purposes. We followed a PwC study that looked at the store visits and why people still visit the store. And there are two reasons. One is they really visit the stores if they have questions that they think there's an expert in the store that can answer.
And when you say store, we're talking about specifically food and consumable type retail.
From food and consumer goods, okay? So we have customers like Heinen's who specialize in service, and their store associates are knowledgeable.
Yeah.
They can actually advise you what to buy for tonight, and what goes with this wine. So that's the way people are bringing it. They're actually trying to make it a experience.
Yes.
But on the other side, online buying of groceries is accelerating just as it was supposed to do, and
it's been faster than people projected.
It is much faster, and right now we're thinking that we will get to somewhere between 20 and 25% in the next 2 or 3 years, rather than in the next 7 years. Okay, and it's being aided by the fact that there is a lot of investment in click and collect, a lot of investment in the home delivery piece.
Yeah.
Okay, so with all that, the big thing is for our customers, the one elusive thing is how do you grow revenue?
Right.
Okay, so we've been actually producing these AI solutions to say, we can tell you where to do and what to do to grow revenue.
Right.
So we now formalized it. Okay.
Okay.
So we have our AI recommendations of what to do which we identify the growth.
Identify, okay.
The second step is we have our actual operating solutions. We said this is how you activate it. You put this program in place, you put this pricing in place, you put this assortment in place.
Identify, activate.
Activate. The third one is, did it move the needle? So we are actually able to take our sales analyzer, both in normal event-based sales and supply chain-based sales,
Okay.
and we were able to say precisely, says, you change this promotions, you got this much money.
Yeah.
You changed this assortment, you got this much money. Okay, you changed this inventory policy and you got this much money. Okay, so we've now, formalizing around identify, activate, realize,
Okay.
to give our customers, retail customers, a very systematic way of actually driving the growth parameters based on what our AI machines can do.
That's helpful. So now as somebody on my AI journey, I've got a framework at least, identify, activate, realize, some way to kind of compartmentalize the decision making I would need to make to realize some of these,
Exactly.
these things.
So we've put it in place on the identify side because of the work that we've been doing in analytics, and now with prescriptive analytics through AI. In some of these cases, we are up to $1 billion of identified growth. Some of these cases, we are up to $200 or $300 million, depending on the size of the retailer.
Those kind of numbers will get your attention.
They'll get our attention. And then in the activate piece, we're now really aggressively working with our retail partners to say, this is what we think you should do to actually put it in the market, put it in your stores, and the good news for us is once they agree to do that, we can follow what happened to their revenue and tell them, did you actually get your $1 billion or did you leak $600 million, only get 400? Okay?
Right.
So that's the excitement that we have in terms of this framework that most other analytics companies and AI companies stop at, here's what you can do.
Yeah.
We're saying, we want to actually make it happen for you.
Right.
Okay? That's why we've gone to the other two steps, activate and realize.
And realizing we'll measure it when we're all
We
done.
measure it when we're all done, and so we actually say, yeah, we did it together.
All right.
So that's our that's where we are, and that's what we'd like to be able to build on, and it's a good way to show what AI can actually do for you.
All right. Awesome. Thanks, Paolo.
Thank you very much, Mike.